Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. I purchased this palette when they first released it on August 25th. It was shipped on August 28th, and then it finally came in the mail today on Thursday, September 3rd. This palette retails for $49 at Sephora, Too Faced, Ulta, and wherever else Too Faced Cosmetics is sold. I do want to read a little bit about this palette on TooFaced.com. It does say, capture all the sexy fall feels with our Too Cute Pumpkin Spice eyeshadow palette, baked with 18 scented, warm and spicy shades that wrap you in cozy, sexy warmth of the season. Rich, creamy colors and a variety of finishes make transitioning your look from daytime dreamy to nighttime sultry as easy as pie. Here's a closer look at what the packaging looks like. It says Too Faced at the top, it says pumpkin in very bold letters, and then it says spice here at the bottom. When you flip it over on the back, you do have the shade names and a little description. So let's go ahead and open this up. Here's what the actual eyeshadow palette looks like. It does match the unicarton. When you turn it over on the back, it says pumpkin. You have a little description. Look at those gorgeous shades. It's stunning. And it does also come with a mirror. I'm gonna try not to blind you guys. I do want to see if it does smell like pumpkin. There's no scent. It doesn't smell like pumpkin. That's a bummer. I was expecting like a heavy pumpkin fragrance. Let's go ahead and start swatching. The first shade is called Whipped Cream. Ooh, wow, it's so soft in the pan. Whipped Cream is described as a warm, light beige. The next shade is called Crisp. Crisp is described as a warm peachy pink shade. So pigmented with one swipe. The next shade is called Fall For It. Fall For It is described as a medium peach shade. All of the shadows are so soft in the pan so far. The next shade is called Pumpkin Spice. This one is a little bit scratchy in the pan. Pumpkin Spice is described as a rustic yellow shade. The next shade is called Ginger Spice. Again, a little bit scratchy in the pan. Ginger Spice is described as a pumpkin orange shade. Wow, that shadow is super pigmented. The last shade in the top row is called Cocoa Drizzle. This shadow is very soft. Cocoa Drizzle is described as a light chocolate brown shade. The first shade in the second row is called Fall Vibes. This is so soft. Fall Vibes is described as a green gold. Wow, that is super reflective. The next shade is called Sweetie Pie. This is very soft in the pan. Sweetie Pie is described as a light yellow brown shade. The next shade is called Falling For You. Super soft in the pan. Falling For You is described as a gray-green shade. The next shade is called Spice Baby Spice. Very soft in the pan. Spice Baby Spice is described as a light red-brown shade. The next shade is called You Spicy. A little bit rough in the pan. You Spicy is described as a magenta shadow. The last shade in the second row is called Warm and Cozy. Very soft in the pan. Warm and Cozy is described as a deep red brown. We're going to swatch the last row on the right side of my arm since we're running out of space. The first shade in the last row is called Oh My Gourd. So very soft in the pan. Oh My Gourd is described as a ballet pink shade. That is so pretty. The next shade is called ALA Mode. Very soft in the pan. ALA Mode is described as a rosy nude shade. I can barely see that. I have a little bit more on my finger. There we go, a little bit better. The next shade is called Want a Piece of Me. Want a Piece of Me is described as a silver lilac shade. The next shade is called Love You a Latte. Love You a Latte is described as a dusty mauve shade. The second and last shade is called PSL and Chill. PSL and Chill is described as a multi-purple. Wow, that shadow is gorgeous. The last shade in the palette is called Spice of Life. Spice of Life is described as a deep purple. Here we have all 18 shades. I'm not sure of what look I want to create. I do want to play with the purples in the palette. I don't want to have another purple look on my channel. Thinking we'll probably play with the matte shadows. I want to play with these green shadows. Taking a fluffy brush, we're going to dip into the shadow and fall for it, blending it all over the crease. I'm loving how that shadow blended out so effortlessly in the crease. Using that same brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Pumpkin Spice, blending that shadow right below the first shadow and fall for it. Trying not to cover up that shadow, but it's totally okay if you do. We're going to be doing circular motions. Really pretty. I'm loving how those two shadows blended together. I'm so tempted to use the green shadows, but I don't want to mess up the look. I might go in with a little bit of green on the lid just so we can see what it looks like, and then on top of it, we'll apply this beautiful reflective green shadow. Using my finger, we're going to dip into the shadow Falling for You. That is so pretty. I'm going to apply this all over the lid. Wow, so pigmented. Using that same brush, we're going to blend out any harsh lines. I do have a little bit of fallout when I use the shadow in Falling for You, but that's fine, we can clean it up. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other eye. Taking a small flat brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Fall Vibes. I just want to apply that shadow in the center, just to give it a little bit of oomph, tapping it in. I'm going to use my finger. There we go. It does have a little bit of fallout. It is a little bit chunkier. That makes a huge difference. It's very pretty. The shadow in Fall Vibes has so much fallout, as you guys can see. I really do like how reflective that shadow is. I'm going to clean up my under eye and I'll be right back. I cleansed the fallout underneath my eyes and I popped on a lip. This is from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Courage. I'm not done with the eye look yet. For my inner corner highlight, going with the shade in Crisp. Taking a small pointed brush, we're going to pop this in our inner corner. That looks really pretty. For my lower lash line, we're going to go in with the shade in Cocoa Drizzle. A little bit of smokiness. Here's what the eyeshadow looks like. For mascara, I'm going to apply the L'Oreal Unlimited. Here's what the final look looks like. Overall, my final thoughts on the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. I really do like the color story. I can see myself using these purple shades. These transition shades are so beautiful. They're very soft. I do have to be careful using these chunkier shadows, like this shade in Fall Vibes and Oh My God, Want a Piece of Me. The formula is a little bit more chunkier and they do have a little bit more fallout than the other shadows in the palette, but I can definitely see myself reaching for this. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.